Hello, this is TVWAN News. Thanks for joining us. In this edition, PM in Singapore to meet Puma executives, Public Servants challenge to perform, and Governor's Cup starts slow. Prime Minister James Marape travelled to Singapore on Saturday, January 7, 2023 to meet with Puma Energy executives on the ongoing fuel issue. He is accompanied by Minister for Petroleum and Energy Karen Gakua and the State Solicitor. Prime Minister James Marape travelled to Singapore on Saturday, January 7, 2023, to meet with Puma executives on the ongoing fuel saga with the Bank of Papua New Guinea. The trip comes after the country's national airline, Air New Guinea, was forced to cancel all domestic flights. Puma Energy could not supply Jet A1 fuel because it could not access US dollars to purchase. Prime Minister Marape issued a statement on Saturday to explain this travel to Singapore, saying this meeting would ensure PNG did not have energy or fuel insecurity issues into the future. The Prime Minister acknowledged PNG's regulatory issues with Puma and thus would like to hear from Puma leadership in order to find a permanent solution. Meantime, Minister for Provincial and Local Level Government Affairs Soro Yoe is acting Prime Minister, as Deputy Prime Minister John Rosso is also out of the country. Former Central Bank Governor Loy Bakani has clarified that Puma Energy buys quotable crude oil outside of PNG in USD, like any other overseas buyer. Mr. Bakani was responding to this newsroom for clarification on the recent fuel saga between Puma and Bank of PNG, which affected the supply of Jet A1 fuel to airplanes and a cancellation of flights. Bakani told this newsroom that there is no agreement between Puma and supplier of quotable crude oil for purchases in Kina by Puma. He stressed that this is one major area that needs to be reviewed for Puma to purchase quotable crude oil in Kina. Secondly, Mr. Bakani explained that Puma exports some oil products and the USD proceeds are kept offshore, approved by PNG. This USD are used by Puma to purchase quotable crude oil, amongst other offshore expenses. Finally, former governor said in the allocation of USD by banks to Puma and other priority areas, PNG can and has in the past decided on the allocation of USD that it gives to commercial banks each month as part of the intervention to support the market to give a higher percentage to fuel sector, which includes Puma. The Superannuation and Life Insurance Acts Review Committee have presented the final report of the review to the Central Bank Governor Benjamin Popoitai on Thursday in Port Moresby. The report was presented by the committee's chairman Erastus Kamburi.
Commissioned by the Minister for Treasury Ian Ling Starkey in late 2020, the Superannuation and Life Insurance Acts Review Committee was tasked to undertake a holistic review of PNG's superannuation and life insurance industries and provide appropriate recommendations to best support and protect their continued growth and improve the service levels to users. The committee specifically assessed the relevance of the current Superannuation and Life Insurance Acts with the aim of improving efficiency and effectiveness of both superannuation and life insurance industries in PNG, and to ensure the legal framework and industry standards remain aligned to global best practice at all times. Accepting the report last Thursday, January 5th, Acting Central Bank Governor Benjamin Popoitai acknowledged the importance of the review, stating that the work of the committee is a key action arising from the country review conducted by the IMF, which informed the development of the government's Financial Sector Development Strategy 2018 to 2032. Mr. Popoitai clarified that the central bank will review these recommendations and consider the level of resourcing and effort required to meet the timelines before discussing with the Department of Treasury.
This review is to identify where the bottlenecks are, how we can improve. Is there a better way to manage life insurance?
Meantime, Committee Chair Erastus Kamburi commended the panel members, BPNG Secretariat team and support teams including from Treasury for their diligence and commitment to completing the task, especially during the difficult period our country has been through over the past 18 months.
The report, Governor, that will be presented to you will be contained in 2 volumes. Volume 1 contains the committee's actual work, the review and the recommendation. Volume 2 contains the terms of reference, the discussion paper and a number of submissions that the committee received from all the major stakeholders.
The finalized report is now with the Department of Treasury and the Bank of PNG for their consideration and implementation as appropriate. Freddie Moe, TVWAN News.
This is TV1 News. Stay tuned for more after the break.
Want more data for less? Get it now with Digicel's revamped Red Club. Enjoy data bundles from as low as 1 kilo per gigabyte. Plus rollover data, the widest coverage, fastest speeds, and best reliability. Only with Red Club. Join Digicel's exclusive Red Club today and get loads more data for less. Yes! Data bundles from as low as 1 kilo per gigabyte. Whoa! Join today for as low as 10 kilo weekly to access discounted data bundles and get more data for less. Dial *675# or visit the My Digicel app today. The Red Club. Only with Digicel.
Video marketing is the latest trend in today's world. We at Trend Media have the expertise and unrivaled multimedia platforms to take your messages to the next level. Our TV1 platform gets the most audiences from Filipino dramas, popular sports telecasts, and up-to-date live news. Advertise on Digicel TV and TV1 to bring your messages to the center stage. For more information, contact Trend Media today.
Save time and money and pay your TV bills with a breeze. Call us today on toll-free number 1515 to set up your monthly postpaid TV subscription. And if you do, you can watch Digicel TV on your mobile for free. No data costs and no additional subscription. Don't miss out. Call us today for your residential postpaid TV package today. Digicel TV. More channels, more choice, more value.
Me ready. Love facing consequences below actions below me, so you can get Belisi.
You are nothing without him.
Di sana belah mana weh?
Welcome back. A taxi driver was able to retrieve his stolen vehicle after he was carjacked at gunpoint by criminals at Badili's Muniogo area in Port Moresby on Friday, 6 January. Members of the Defense Force and police assisted the stranded man and recovered the vehicle in less than 20 minutes from the time the matter was reported. The carjacking victim told police that he was at the Koki bus stop when a couple of youths approached him in asking to be dropped off at Muniogo after the pair got on and the taxi proceeded, taking them to their destination. The pair pointed a gun and a knife at the driver and ordered him to stop and get out of the vehicle. The criminals drove off with the car. Anthony Wagambi Jr., ACP NCD Central, said the victim was quick to report the matter to the PNG Defense Force officers who assisted him to Badili Police Station to lay a complaint. Wagambi Jr. commended duty officers and the PNGDF personnel for a job well done. He added that Sector Patrol Fox 105 recovered the vehicle in less than 20 minutes, a great response time to this car theft. The public service must be an effective avenue where government overarching policies and initiatives are practically and meaningfully implemented without political interference. The Prime Minister made these remarks during the public service dedication service on Friday in Port Moresby.
Prime Minister James Marape has called on the public servants to do their job fairly without political influences. He said politicians are legislators and are willing to stay in their lane, but sometimes it becomes necessary to cross over and see what is happening in public servants' lane.
Time we rededicate our course to our people, so that whatever task you are given must be fully attended to at the very earliest, for the urgency of time is at hand. We have no time to waste.
Marape further told public servants that the year 2023 is a time to readjust and improve individually and collectively in their respective workspaces, and encourage all to take time to understand the departments and agencies' mandate, their job descriptions, and their purpose of being employed by the government.
Follow the law and you are safe. Follow the law at workplace. Follow the work as you operate Public Finance Management Act. Follow the law as you operate Public Service Management Act. Follow the law.
The Prime Minister further calls for a public service that is willing and able to ensure that projects are fully resourced financially and implemented on schedule and in strict compliance with sovereign laws and regulations, and most importantly, that the outcomes are tangible and make a difference and lasting positive impact on the lives of our people.
Give 100% of your efforts to your country. You're already placed here and called by God. Give your hand a skillful service to the people that God has entrusted us to care of.
Freddie Moe, TVWAN News.
Meantime, Prime Minister James Marape has admitted that the government needs to build infrastructure and increase enrollment in primary, secondary and tertiary schools. He also mentioned that the government is also making sure that teacher capacities are also improved and supported.
Follow the law and you are safe. Follow the law at workplace. Follow the work as you operate Public Finance Management Act. Follow the law as you operate Public Service Management Act. Follow the law. All of us, public servants, myself included, and all of you, the question we ask today is that what must we do for our country that will leave lasting legacy and impact for our country? Because guess my fellow public servants in service to our country, need remains abound. It is time we rededicate our course to our people, so that whatever task you are given must be fully attended to at the very earliest, for the urgency of time is at hand. We have no time to waste.
Prime Minister James Marape has called on all public servants across the country to reflect on their performances in 2022 and reset their compasses in the right direction as we venture into 2023. Speaking at the Public Service Education Service on Friday, Marape said the occasion also calls for public servants to renew their commitment to the national constitution by upholding the public service pledge and oath of loyalty.
Prime Minister James Marape has urged public servants to work hard to develop the country for the good of the future generations. He encouraged public servants to reflect on their performances in 2022 and reset their mind in achieving their goals in 2023.
Today, as we come in dedication to ourselves, to God and to our country, I just want us to look within and not look elsewhere. The question is coming to you and to me and to you and to myself, not to someone else. The skills you have today, is it applied correctly? And the pastor said, when no one is watching, is it applied correctly? The meditation of your heart, is it in its right place? When no one is watching, is your word matching your mouth? Is my word matching my mouth?
The Prime Minister added that there are exciting times ahead in terms of our socio-economic development, with major non-renewable and renewable projects coming on stream from 2023 onwards. He said there are massive economic projects that will redefine PNG's economic landscape and set us on a trajectory of prosperity.
Our visions and our intentions are set. Our national constitution in 1975, our vision 2050 that is set, and our medium-term development plans, and us going through our latest round of MTDP, and very soon we'll be finalizing our MTDP 4. And of course, the mandate that the people has given to my coalition of leaders, and as we came together, the KRAs that we have given to each minister and to each department should now be broken down into KPIs, so that each and every one of you have a KPI that is linked to a key result area that in totality is linked to the betterment of our country.
Freddie Mo, TVWAN News.
And that ends the news segment. Sports is next. Stay with us.
Receive money through Cell Money but don't know how to withdraw? Fiona here from the Cell Money team to show you how to withdraw cash from your Cell Money wallet. Cell Money is a digital service that allows customers to receive, store, and make payments using a mobile phone. With money in your Cell Money wallet, this is how you can make a withdrawal. Step 1. Dial *888# and select option 3, Withdraw Money. Step 2. Ask the agent for the agent ID and enter the agent ID and send. Step 3. Enter amount. Step 4. Enter your Cell Money PIN. You will receive an SMS confirmation and the agent will hand over the cash to the value you have withdrawn. While at the agent, check your balance to confirm the transaction before you leave. With Cell Money, withdrawal is that simple. Call our customer care on 888 for assistance and more information about Cell Money. Remember not to share your Cell Money PIN with others. It's easy, convenient, safe and secure. Do it all with Cell Money.
We're running out of leads.
That's where genetic genealogy comes in. From that DNA sample, they were able to put together a composite of what the suspect may look like.
Authorities call her the first true female serial killer.
I started becoming fascinated with death.
The fantasies started getting more deviant.
I killed him as cold as ice. I killed him.
I was really aware of the evil I was capable of.
It's a free shot. Gets the shot away and scores. Mitrovic. Oh, he's done it. Oh, that's a brilliant strike.
Welcome back. The NCD Governors Cup qualifying finals being held at the Mosby Southside Stadium was off to a slow start today in order to allow for tournament judiciary to hear and decide on appeals and complaints from clubs. Since the round-robin tournament started in early December, all games were trouble-free that culminated in the 16 finalists advancing the elimination and qualifying finals this weekend.
After Saturday's elimination games, the remaining 8 teams who qualified for the quarterfinals continued their quest for the cup today amidst an appeal against the Mona Raiders for fielding more than 3 Diesel Cup players, which is a breach of the tournament rules. However, despite the delay, matches continued with the HG Knights defeating Apex Dust 8-6, while the second game between Surrey Hawks and Coney Texas Reds went beyond regulation time and into unlimited golden point time, but had to be called off on the 80th minute to allow for today's other scheduled finals to proceed. Hawks and Reds were tied at 8-all when the match was called off. The tournament match committee will then decide on the outcome of the game during the week. NCD Governors Cup Tournament Technical Advisor Peter Wise said despite a number of technical issues, his team was able to address and settle some of the complaints.
We had two issues yesterday. There was two appeals being made. The judiciary successfully dealt with one, and we still have one more pending. So that one pending might possibly have a bearing on our draw this afternoon, and we'll probably have a midweek game to cater for those teams that are currently under the judicial review.
He said after this weekend's qualifiers, they will proceed to the quarter and semi-finals in the coming days to decide the two grand finalists for 2023. He also thanked his technical officials, the tournament committee, and volunteers for making sure games run as per program.
First time we actually brought the games back to the community. In previous tournaments, we normally put it in one or two central locations and we come together. But this time we actually spread it out. So at the community level, everybody's happy because that's for the first time that they actually have the opportunity to support their local team right in front of the doorsteps. At the same time as well, there's some socio-economic benefit with our local mothers and all this stuff. So in terms of social benefits, yes, there's social benefits. And in terms of the technical benefits to the players, yeah, we did have some few players who actually popped up. We have mixture of all intercity players.
Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
PNG Pukpuk's Rugby Sevens duo and Biala Products Julius Sabata and Derek Volu have become great ambassadors of rugby back in their communities since coming back from representing the country at the Oceania Sevens qualifiers in Brisbane last November. The boys, who are currently in Biala for this weekend's inaugural Satellite Sevens, also conducted rugby clinics for local teams participating in the tournament.
PNG Pukpuk Sevens duo and Biala Products, Julius Sabata and Derek Volu, took local club Biala Suaras to participate in the recently held Rookie Sevens tournament in Port Moresby last month, which was a first-time experience and an eye-opener for the village boys. Prior to the inaugural Biala Suara Satellite Sevens tournament this weekend, the boys went out to the community to conduct rugby clinics and create awareness on the dynamics and values of the game that can provide a pathway for the youths to excel and represent their district, province and the country as a whole. But more so to use the game as a tool to change the mindset and behavior of the youths to be more disciplined and become good citizens in their respective communities. Biala Suara's RFU club chairman Andrew Solomon is the main driver behind the establishment of the club that initiated the staging of the inaugural Suara Satellite Sevens, which concluded today with the finals at Matililiu village. Solomon said Biala has also its share of law and order issues, but with such initiative, they hope it will reduce the impact of such activities. Solomon has shown he has the heart for the young boys and girls, especially in the East Nakanai area.
We've got two players that are selected for PNG Pukpuks, and they are part of the PNG Pukpuks team. Yeah, and that really motivates the boys and the girls back in the community. And two of them are currently in the village doing the training for them, and they're basically doing the clinic back in the community. So they're traveling to see each team training for this tournament. So they're telling them, because it's a new code, you know. So they're telling them what the rules are and all these things. So they're back in the community, motivating the young boys and girls to play. And it has picked up, the momentum has picked up.
Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
And that wraps up another edition of TV1 News. Remember to apply the following simple measures to prevent transmission of the coronavirus. Regularly wash your hands with soap and water. Cough or sneeze into your elbow. And exercise social distancing. If you're feeling sick, please stay at home. You can also call the COVID-19 hotline number for more information or assistance. Have a top week ahead. Bye for now.